Welcome back. In this video, we will continue by adding the addUtilities static function and also the theme function. In our previous video, we did add base and also add component, where we added custom tags and also a button component. Let's add a utility function that changes the background color of our button, this button that we have here. So we're going to say addUtilities and in the parentheses put an object, and we're going to create a class called bgBlueWhite that will be our background color, and that will have a background color. I'm going to put the color 0350FF. That's an hexadecimal value. And then it's also going to have foreground color, which is the text color, and we're just going to make that white. If we apply this bgBlueWhite to our button in our index.html file, the button is going to turn blue with a white text. This we defined in our Tailwind addUtility function. We can use vanilla CSS tags, or we can use the custom Tailwind way of defining classes. And to do that, we're going to add theme to our function, and then we're going to use the theme here to create the function. So I'm going to say theme, and I'll say I'm looking for the color blue 500. It changes the color to a 500 blue color. And of course, this is the same thing. I'll do theme colors white. So you can see that it has changed it. I can change this to 700 blue, and you'll see that the button changes to a darker blue. We can have multiple classes in this addUtility function, or we group the classes inside an object and then passes the object to the addUtility classes. So let's create an object. I'll just call it new utilities. Let me comment this out because I want to do utilities again. So I'll create an object and I'll add utilities now. I'm putting the new utilities that will contain different classes, and then also I can pass in a parameter that takes in responsive, which specifies the variants for responsiveness, and also over. So every class I pass here will be responsive and will also use over pseudocode on it. Let's create a gradient background. We're going to say background image, and then we're going to put in a linear gradient, which would be to right. And then I'm going to pass in the from color and the toe color. But this time I'm going to use a theme function to pass that in. So I'll say theme colors orange 300, and also the toe color, which is theme colors orange 500. So this becomes a class that we can use for these utilities. And then we can pass in another class. We can pass in multiple classes. I'm going to pass in a class that I will call border orange glow, and that will just create a glow around any tag that you put it on. I'm going to open that up and say box shadow, and that we have a 005px with a color. I'll use the theme color orange 500, and then it's going to be a glowy border with another color orange 100. I forgot to put the closing parentheses here. So we now have two. You can have as multiple as you want, and then we've passed that into our addUtility function, and it should have a responsive and over effect. Let's add the gradient bgGradient orange to our button here. So when we do that, you're going to see that it's going to have a gradient color in here, and we can actually change the text to white. I'll just say color white, and that should change the text to white. We can add this directly. That is the border orange glow. We can add it also directly to the class, and that will create a kind of glowy orange around the button. It's not working now. Let's see what we did wrong. Okay, this should be box. It should be camel case box shadow, and you can see the glowy orange around it. It doesn't have to be orange. We can make it say blue, and because we made it responsive, we can also do over. We can say for the border orange glow, it should be on over. so that when you over it, you see the blue color. Let's change it to orange because the name is border orange glow. So this should be orange. Sorry, this two should be orange. Yeah. So when you put your mouse over it, you see that orange glow.